Something is lurking in the water. Do you see it? Close encounters with whales happen more often than you might think. And while the people in these videos manage to escape unharmed, let's not ignore the fact that they were just meters away from becoming an accidental whale snack. But what if things had taken a different turn? What if someone wasn't lucky enough to get away? Could a human actually survive being swallowed by a whale? Has it ever happened before? Well, this is What Ifs, and today we're diving deep into the terrifying question: what would really happen if you were swallowed by a whale? If you've never seen a whale up close, it's hard to truly grasp just how massive these creatures really are. To put things into perspective, the blue whale holds the title of largest animal on the planet. Its tongue alone weighs as much as an elephant, and if that's not impressive enough, its mouth is so enormous that it could fit anywhere between 400 to 500 people inside. But before you start panicking, there's some good news. You don't have to worry about a blue whale swallowing you whole. Their anatomy makes that virtually impossible, as their throats are simply too narrow to accommodate anything much larger than krill. However, if you're looking for a real reason to be concerned, you might want to turn your attention to their smaller, more intimidating cousins, sperm whales. In fact, there's a rather bizarre story from 1891 that claims a man was actually swallowed whole by one, and while he somehow survived, he was never the same again. According to the story, James Bartley found himself in the worst possible situation, swallowed whole when a whale attacked his ship. He wasn't seen again until the following day, when his crew managed to hunt down and kill the whale. As they hauled it onto the ship and began cutting it open, they made a shocking discovery. Inside the belly of the beast was an unconscious, but very much alive, James Bartley. However, he wasn't exactly the same. His face and arms were completely bleached white, and he had lost his sight, all thanks to the whale's powerful stomach acids. For years, this incredible tale fascinated people, but as time passed, doubts began to surface. Could someone really survive inside a whale for that long? Would the stomach acids have only bleached his skin? Or would they have done something far worse? Well, with the power of science, we took a closer look. And let's just say, if you ever got swallowed by a whale, coming back out with shiny white skin would be the least of your concerns. Alright, so let's say you actually got swallowed by a sperm whale. What's the first thing you'd have to worry about? Well, before you even make it down the throat, you'd have to survive the teeth, and that's not exactly easy. Each of a sperm whale's 40 to 50 teeth is about 20 centimeters long, roughly the size of a chef's knife. And considering how powerful their jaw strength is, there's a good chance you'd get shredded into pieces before even making it inside. But let's say, by some miracle, you dodge every single one of those knife-like teeth. Congratulations! You're now sliding down the whale's throat. And trust me, this is where things get even worse. A nightmare journey down the whale's throat. It's pitch black, it's slimy, and oxygen is running out fast. To make matters worse, the air is now filled with methane gas, making it even harder to breathe. As the whale's throat muscles contract and expand to force you downward, you'd start to feel something else, hydrochloric acid, beginning to burn through your skin. I know what you're thinking. James Bartley's story already sounded pretty fishy before, and now it's completely falling apart. But come on, we've already made it this far. Why stop now? Welcome to the stomach, your new home for a while. After your horrifying descent, you'd finally drop into the first and largest of the whale's 4 stomachs. You'd probably be in here for a while, but hey, there's a tiny silver lining. If you're lucky, you might get a brief light show, thanks to bioluminescent squid that the whale has recently eaten. Sperm whales love neon flying squid, so there's a good chance you won't be alone. But don't get too comfortable, because after this, you're getting tossed from one stomach to the next, where the acids will continue breaking you down, dissolving almost everything, until eventually you're nothing but a pile of bones. And where do you end up after all that? Unceremoniously ejected from the whale's anus. So, yeah, it's pretty safe to say that you're not surviving this. Sorry, James, we're not buying it. James Bartley may have fooled people in the 1890s, but we're onto him now. There's simply no way anyone could survive being swallowed by a whale and live to tell the tale. But before we wrap this up, let's clear something up. Whales actually have no interest in eating humans. Despite their massive size and intimidating appearance, they don't see us as food. And if they could talk, they'd probably make that very clear.